National Team has been the strongest team to stand the test of time in Genshin Impact, sprouting numerous variants such as International, Raiden National, and more recently, Intergrational. But we're going to look all the way back to the original national team, consisting of the well-known C6-ing Bennett Shinsho, but also Chunhyun. Let's find out how the OG national team has stood the test of time and take a look at the power creep in Abyss. Let's begin. A 4-star only team, the OG national team was able to absolutely shred through Spiral Abyss. This team was a big, if not biggest reason why no one was to C6 Bennett, and why mine still has the annoying exclamation mark, but maybe that will disappear by the end of this video. The reason why you did not want to C6 Bennett was because it would overwrite Chunhyun's only reason to be on the team. Chunhyun's elemental skill creates an area that lets the normal attacks of sword, claymore, and polearms be infused with cryo, and was the bread and butter of providing more reactions in national team, as now instead of hitting normal hits, your whole team is constantly doing elemental normal attacks. That, along with their elemental skills and bursts, are doing more reactions for more damage. His only reliance on the skill also lets you have the option of not building Chunhyun, making him very budget friendly, but of course if you do, it will increase your team's DPS, but he should not be a priority. The other three are pretty standard for national. Xiangling with Favonius so that you can make sure her burst is up at reasonable times. Emblem set is her best in slot artifact set, but before that artifact's existence, you would have to make do with the Witch Pyro set, which still works fine today. You may also do 2-piece Noblesse to increase burst damage if you wish. Xiangling is mostly there for her burst, and quick normal attacks to apply cryo, and activate Favonius particles. Make sure she has decent crit rate for Favonius to activate. Bennett has a few options for weapons. I use Festering Desire, but for those that have missed the chance to get that weapon, any other ER weapon will work. Skyward also works, but if you do that, you may want an ER Sands to get his burst up on time. Noblesse for more buffs after burst activation. Shinsho almost always wants Sacrificial Sword. It's his best option. Emblem is his best set, but because so many characters can make use of that set, I have stuck with a 2-piece Hydro, 2-piece Noblesse to give him good damage output, and it works really well. The amount of reactions you will be doing allows you to not need to be too clean about rotation, but there are a few points you should keep in mind. If your Chunhyun is not invested, use his elemental skill before Bennett's burst so you have more uptime on Bennett's burst on the other characters. Chunhyun's elemental skill infuses the weapon with cryo, and you will be able to step out of this circle for a bit after the infusion is applied. Xiangling should be on the field the most when bursts are activated, as her normal attacks are the fastest, which allows for more cryo elemental application. Outside of that, enjoy the colorful numbers on screen. As for Abyss, in the 3.3 Abyss, the OG national team struggled to get 36 stars, and only managed to clear floor 12. It could also be skill issues on my part. That being said, this team is still manageable in my honest opinion, and does have the capability of getting a full clear in Abyss, albeit with more difficulty than modern national teams. That being said, what are your thoughts? Would you try the OG national team in today's Abyss? Are you unable to use this team because you have a C6 Bennett instead? Let me know in the comments down below, and until then, adieu and goodbye. It is time. We all know that at some point in our lives, this needs to get done. Today is the day for me. The year I go free to play for a whole year as a challenge is the year I also C6 the Bennett. So yes, we are going to C6 Bennett. I do have a Eula. I do not pair Eula and Bennett together ever. Eula is married to Raiden Shogun every time I use Eula. For those of you that don't know, in the beginning, you never wanted to C6 Bennett, but nowadays, it's actually a really good thing to C6 Bennett. On a meta perspective, all the good characters that imbue like an element onto their normal attacks, in the description it says that they cannot be overridden. Just like Raiden's Electro burst, it cannot be overridden by Bennett's burst. And the other thing about C6 Bennett is that not only does it make those weapons be infused with pyro, but it also gives a 15% pyro damage bonus, and it is worth C6ing Bennett for national team with raid, like let's say Raiden National. It is absolutely worth C6ing Bennett nowadays so that you get a buff on Bennett's attacks when his burst is activated, as well as Xiangling's burst. It gets a 15% pyro damage bonus. It's just way better. It's worth it now. Anyways, boom, done. There we go. C6 Bennett has been done. Cannot reverse it ever again. It has been done. How many people died from this? What this also means is that I will never be able to do the OG national team ever again. So yeah, Chungyun, useless with Bennett. So there you go. I just made my Chungyun more useless. I think I just killed Kermit. I think I for real just killed Kermit.